Physical and digital games are two very different things, while they are in fact the same thing, kind of like Smash 4. Physical and digital games have both pros and cons. Digital games are easier to pick up than scout out a physical copy of a game, but they'll fill up your storage significantly. Physical games are better to give to others than a stupid fucking code that most of the time isn't even written on the card itself but on the receipt instead, but you have to get up to put in the game. Also, stick around to the end because at the end of the video I'll have a really special announcement. Okay, over the last year I've really started buying digital stuff, mostly because of the closure of the Wii U and 3DS eShop in a few months. Before this I mostly focused on buying physical games, because they look really nice on a shelf. With new releases of games I also, most of the time, buy a physical release. It really depends on availability. For example, when Animal Crossing New Horizons released, I couldn't find a physical copy anywhere for 2 weeks, so I decided to buy it digitally instead, because the positive thing about digital games is that storefronts can't run out of copies. Sure, some games are only available for a limited amount of time or will get delisted at some point, but it's not like with a physical copy that there is a justified amount, like some games have the audacity to do. Another positive thing is how accessible digital games are. You don't have to get up and drive 50 minutes to a store, you can just stay on the couch, you lazy bitch. I mean, sure, you can order physical games online, but most of the time it depends on how the ordering service is feeling that day. With a digital game, you don't have to worry about the delivery truck getting stolen, because the game is on the console itself. The thing with digital games are mostly storage. Games like Microsoft Flight Simulator and Forza Horizon 5 are 100 gigabytes, while the Xbox Series S only has 500 gigabytes of storage. And besides that, the Series S doesn't even have the possibility to play physical games. The Series X, however, is 1 terabyte and has the ability to play discs, and I like it that way. You have the option to buy a game either physically or digitally, and are not limited to exclusively buying it digitally. Granted, Xbox has Game Pass, so I don't really buy that many physical games for the Xbox, but I sure do own some. I think buying physical games, however, is kind of part of the excitement for me. Picture this, it's a day of a new release and you get ready to go to the game store, pick up the game that just released and get excited for the next 50 minutes, until you realize that the game first needs to install a 15 GB update before you can actually play the game. I mean, digital games also kinda have that, but who goes? That's what I'm f***ing talking about! With physical games you also own the game. You can do whatever you want with it. It's your game. You can throw it on the ground, eat it, cover a crime. Sony doesn't care. With digital copies, it's more so feels like you get a license to play the game. And it's also way harder to refund a digital game. Heck, some companies don't even let you refund a game. With a physical game, sure, the game may be shit, but that means that you can pass that shit experience over to another person. Sometimes though, digital games get sales and physical games don't, but also vice versa. Generally though, the value of a physical game will decrease over time. I can easily find a copy of Splatoon 2 for around 20 to 30 bucks, but on the eShop it is still 60. Though sometimes the opposite occurs. The physical copy of Game & Wario sits around 80 bucks, but on the eShop it is still 15. See, and that's why physical games should always stay an option, especially in a world where we move to more and more digital content. I remember when I just started out collecting, I really wanted those physical games, and I'm really glad I have them. But over the years, buying digital games has become more and more enticing and really easy. For me though, I still really like physical games, and I hope they won't get rid of it like with the PS5 Digital Edition or with the Xbox Series S. And now for the special announcement. I will be participating in Johnny Race's Mario Party tournament, so if you want to see me get destroyed in Mario Party Superstars, be sure to tune in at February 18th at 10 PM Central European Time over on his Shorts channel. The link will be in the description. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.